And we are live. What is going on, guys and girls? Hopefully you're doing well. Friday evening, the weekend's here. What more can you want, man? What more can you want? Yeah, I thought I'd fire up a quick live stream. A late night live stream, why not? I'm trying to do one of these streams at least, I'm trying to do one every week, you know? I want to be a bit more regular with it, but at the same time, I'm never going to be one of these people who stream every other day. That's not me. You know, if I could stream once or twice a week, I'll be happy. You know, that's my goal kind of thing right now. I don't expect it being any more than that, to be honest. But yeah, I'm going to try and keep this consistent once or twice a week. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah, big up to Dominic Chechery. What's going on, man? Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, man. Barcelona, Bayern Munich. Barcelona got fucking stuffed 8-2. That's insane. Absolutely insane. I was picking, I'll be honest, I was picking Bayern Munich to win, to be honest. But listen, man, I never expected that. Never. I thought it'd be a good competitive game, but yeah, man, they got smashed. They got spanked, man. Absolutely spanked. Toyed with. That was embarrassing, man. What are they playing at? Yes, sir, Levi Khan. Man like Del Boy back like he never left. Facts. Facts. Big up to Levi Khan, man. One of the regulars. Big up to Levi. Hopefully you're doing well, bro. Got a cup of coffee here. Not the best idea because it's like 11:45 at night, you know. But we're drinking some coffee. I've had a few Guinnesses. I'm in a good mood, mate. I'm in a good mood. Big up to Mr. Doc. Big up to G-Man Boxing. By the way, G-Man Boxing, he's got a channel, so check him out. Dominic Chechery, Barcelona are turning into AC Milan. Absolute has-beens. I predicted 3-2 to Bayern Munich. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Dominic. Like a competitive game, but Bayern Munich win. They won, but it wasn't competitive at all. Levi Khan. I honestly, mate, ecstatic. I was absolutely ecstatic. The fact that Shannon Courtenay got beat, I was so happy. Sky were hyping this girl up so much. It was unreal. And I don't watch female boxing, right? I don't really enjoy it, I've got to be honest. But I watched this fight, right? And the commentary from Sky was nothing short of disgusting, in all honesty. The lack of respect that they were giving Rachel Ball for the work she was doing was embarrassing. She was landing straight right hands throughout this fight, every single round, pinging Shannon Courtenay's head back. They said absolutely nothing. Anything Shannon Courtenay did, they praised beyond belief. Unbelievable. It was a competitive fight, could have gone either way, but they've painted this narrative that it was basically a robbery. Embarrassing. Sky Sports were terrible tonight, to be honest. The actual commentary was terrible. I actually quite enjoyed the show, though. I think this was, arguably, this was the best fight camp so far. I really enjoyed Zelfa Barrett versus Eric Donovan. I thought that was a really good fight. I mean, Eric Donovan was boxing really well. I thought he was winning the fight, to be honest. He was boxing well, and in round 7, man, he got fucking iced. That left hook, bro, honestly, that left hook from Zelfa Barrett, that sent Eric Donovan to another dimension. Great knockout from Zelfa Barrett. Nav Mansouri versus Kieran Conway. That was a pretty good fight as well. Nav Mansouri, he showed some good heart in that fight. Competitive fight. But Kieran Conway, you know, he done his thing. And yeah, good little card. Good little card. Yeah, I agree, G-Man. I agree. Matthew Macklin in particular, he was terrible. You're right. Yeah, Rachel Ball was boxing quite well, mainly from range. But yeah, she was boxing well at a distance. The jab, the straight right hand, the left hook as well was having success. She was landing some really good shots throughout. And Sky Sports said nothing. There was a segment in that fight where Rachel Ball, she kind of made Shannon Courtenay miss, like pulled back, come back with a straight right hand, caught Shannon Courtenay bang on the chin, and Matthew Macklin chirps up and says, "Oh, Shannon Courtenay looks slick right now." She got fucking cracked by a straight right hand on the button. What are you talking about, bro? Come on now. Awful. Awful commentary from Sky. Listen, commentary these days, there's really not much to choose from, in all honesty. Sky Sports are bad, BT are bad, PBC on Fox are bad. I think the only decent commentary team was Showtime. Now Paulie's gone. God knows what that's going to be like. So, yeah, commentary in 2020, not in a good state as far as I'm concerned. Not in a good state. I'd rather watch some YouTubers do a live stream and commentate, to be honest. You'll get more sense out of a lot of these guys. Yeah, me too, Saint Brit. Me too, bro. Me too. I'm glad Shannon lost. Facts. Who is Levi Khan? Who is Alan Babich fighting next week? Hearn said he'd announce it. Levi Khan, I've heard a few names banded around. The name I've heard the most is Joey DeWaco for Alan Babich. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Doc. That's what I saw as well. I wasn't scoring it, I'll be honest. But I saw a really competitive fight. Could have gone either way. You know, scoring punches landed on each side. Rachel Ball got the knockdown. It was a close fight. It was a close fight. You know? Could have gone either way, like you said. That's the best way to put it. No robbery, no scandals. Just a really close competitive fight. Yeah, exactly, Dominic. Sky never shut up about Shannon Courtenay. Yeah, exactly, bro. Yeah, I'm not a fan of female boxing. Never have been. You know, I don't know what it is about female boxing because I really enjoy female MMA. But boxing, for whatever reason, just doesn't do it for me. It really doesn't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, G-Man. That's what the whole fight was like, G-Man. So, ball in the second round, landed a good right hand. Next thing Macklin said was a great right from Shannon. Yeah, exactly. That's what it was for the whole fight, basically. That's what it was. Big Dan, he says, I don't think BT has bad commentary. I agree and disagree, Big Dan. The thing is, like with Barry Jones, I'll use Barry Jones as an example. When Barry Jones is commentating on an international show which isn't promoted by Warren, he's actually very good. But when he's promoting a regular when he's commentating a regular BT show, I think he kind of toes the line a little too much, to be honest. And I don't really like John Rawling either. Are they as bad as Sky? Probably not. They're not as they're a bit more subtle with their bias, but I still think they're pretty bad, to be honest. I do think they're pretty bad. Exactly, Saint Brit. Shannon is one of them you'd bum drunk on the local estate. Facts. There's being a company man, and then there's being a boxing company man. Yep. Ask Johnny Nelson. Ask Matthew Macklin. And by the way, I actually liked Matthew Macklin as a fighter, to be honest. I really did. He was one of my favourite middleweights, like from UK Ireland back in the day. But as a commentator, bruv, the guy's bad, honestly. The guy's really bad. Yo, big up to G-Man. Get Shannon, fuck's sake, get Shannon a drink on this. It's only official get right now. Yeah, man, exactly. Yeah, big up to Right Hook Boxing, man. I know Right Hook Boxing, he's not been as active recently, but he's got a channel, so definitely check him out, subscribe. Really good stuff, man. Really good stuff. Yo, big up to Brandon Blanco. He says he misses Larry Merchant on HBO. The LDBC got him fired. I think he just retired, man, to be honest. But Larry Merchant, I enjoyed Larry Merchant. The thing is with Larry Merchant, right? Sometimes I completely disagreed. Sometimes I agreed. But I always got the sense that it was his opinion and his opinion only. He was never really towing a line. Do you know what I mean? I knew it was his opinion. And that's really all I really ask for. I'm not asking for a commentator to, commentate in a manner in which I agree with. That's not the case. I want to hear a commentator who I believe is actually stating their genuine opinion. That's what I want. Whether I agree or disagree, completely different. But, with someone like Matthew Macklin, it's clear he just plays for the home fighter every single time. If he wasn't doing that, then there would be a differential in who he kind of, leans towards. But every single time he leans towards the home fighter, that's not a coincidence. As far as I'm concerned, it's not a coincidence. Yeah, man. Yeah, Saint Brit, Bayern, man. Bayern fucking ran rings around him, bro. I was shocked. I picked Bayern to win, But like I said, man, I thought it was going to be very, very close, very competitive. It's madness. Yeah, I think Barry Jones sometimes lets himself down, to be honest, G-Man, because he does have good boxing knowledge. I think he's pretty decent at breaking the fight down. He's kind of funny on commentary as well. He has a joke, has a laugh. He's a good commentator when he's on form, but I just think he lets himself down on BT shows, in my opinion. He lets himself down a bit. Patrol Network, I'm pretty sure Adam Smith he still wants Shannon's socks for 10 grand. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I saw that Levi Khan, believe it or not. I was looking on BoxRec today, and I randomly look at random fighters on BoxRec, just random ass fighters, and I saw Moranquinho had a fight scheduled. So he's glad the Chav got beat. Macklin, the drug dealing clown, needs sacking. Fact. Yep. Facts. I agree. Again, I liked Macklin as a fighter, but as a commentator, bro, he needs to end. Look at L-Dog coming in here, man. Even Perisic is the GOAT. Listen, man, even Perisic, he's a good player. He's a very good player. You know, he's come on quite strong after lockdown, to be fair. He's doing some bits in the Champions League, so fair play to him. I think in the Champions League right now, I mean, Bayern Munich look very hard to beat. I think Man City are going to be a problem as well, to be honest. Believe it or not, I think they're going to be a problem. It's going to be either Man City or Bayern Munich who win that competition. I hope it's Bayern Munich as a United fan. I couldn't stand Man City winning the fucking Champions League in the same fucking year Liverpool win the league. No way. Nope. They can't win that shit, honestly. Oh, Levi Khan, man. I was fucking furious that Benavidez missed weight. Lost his title, out of a ring once again. Completely embarrassing, man. I mean, I forgave him for the cocaine incident. You know, he was young, stupid, made a mistake. Cool. He rebounded, got the title back. Fair enough. I was cool with that. The second time, no, fuck off. You fool me once, cool. Fool me twice, fuck you. You know, Benavidez, you know, the guy's got talent, hand speed, power, size, good upside, etc., etc. But the guy, man, he doesn't live a life right. It's clear, man. Snorting coke, can't make weight. I mean, the guy is letting himself down right now. He's really beaten nobody of any consequence apart from, what's his best win? Anthony Durrell? That's his best win, and he's a champion. I mean, come on, man. 168 in general right now is kind of a dead division. You've got Billy Joe Saunders doing absolutely nothing. You've got Callum Smith doing absolutely nothing. You've got Benavidez missing weight, losing his title. And you've got fucking Caleb Plant, who's not fought a live body since Uskatigi. 168 right now is just stagnant. You know, it's stagnant. Nothing's happening. I mean, there's fights in that division that should have happened. Billy Joe and Callum Smith have the same promoter. Benavidez and Caleb Plant have the same promoter. Why have none of these fights happened? Why? They're great fights, but they've not happened. Fuck these guys, man. Honestly. Fuck these guys. They're just winding me up at this point. They're winding me up. Dominic says he can't wait for Luton versus Watford next season. Yeah, there's going to be some riots fair, bruv. There's going to be some riots fair. So always a method behind the madness. Benavidez, maybe he was instructed to miss the weight. I don't know, man. I don't know. He looks stupid, man, honestly. Yeah, exactly, right hook boxing. Who's going to want to fight Benavidez without a title? Exactly, man. Unless he goes up to 175, maybe. But according to his team, he's still going to go and try and make 168 again. His excuse was basically the pandemic. That was his excuse for missing weight, essentially, the pandemic. He missed certain days of training and he couldn't make weight. That was his excuse. Well, everyone's been through the pandemic. Plenty of fighters have made weight since. It's not an excuse, man. You're a pro athlete. You know, you're a pro athlete. It's no excuse, man. You got to do better. You got to do better. Yo, big up to Big Boys Boxing. Jono, what's going on, man? By the way, lads, if you like heavyweight boxing, you're into that division, check out Big Boys Boxing, man. He does some really good content, covers the division extremely well. Big up to Big Boys Boxing, man. Yeah, I agree, man. Yeah, L-Dog, man, I can't see Roma Angulo winning that fight. Roma Angulo's a good fringe contender, I would say. He's good enough to beat, like unproven prospects like Anthony Sims. He can upset people, but I don't see him beating David Benavidez, to be honest. I really don't. That's what it meant. Yeah, exactly. Patrol Network. L-Dog needs a YouTube channel. We keep on saying this. Make a YouTube channel, L-Dog. You need to make a YouTube channel. Yeah, Dominic, man. I'm from Luton, bruv. I'm from Luton. You know what I mean? I'm from Luton. Yeah. Yeah, you get some trouble up Luton now and again. You get some trouble up there. It's not too bad these days, to be fair, Luton. In terms of like the football anyway. The town itself is rough as hell, but yeah. The town is really rough. Marsh Farm and all that. It's a bit rough. Maybe, L-Dog, maybe. You need to make a fucking channel, L-Dog. You need to make a channel, bro. Otto Wallin versus Travis Kaufman tomorrow night. Easy win for Otto, but I actually like Kaufman as a person and a Philly fighter. Yeah, to be fair, man, I've heard a few Travis Kaufman interviews in the build-up to this fight. He seems okay, to be fair. Seems quite down to earth. I think he'll give Otto Wallin a few rounds of like awkwardness, but ultimately I think Otto Wallin, he'll do enough. He'll do enough, maybe get a late stoppage. I'm kind of expecting Otto Wallin to try and put on a statement, after that Fury fight. He needs to really build on it, but he's obviously been out of the ring since then. So, yeah, he needs to start making the move now, trying to get back into contention. Travis Kaufman, he is what he is. Get a good win, get a knockout, and move on, man. After Travis Kaufman, I mean, who would we like to see him fight? He's with PBC now, I think. So maybe Otto Wallin versus Dominic Breazeale. I think that would be an okay fight. I wouldn't be mad at that, to be honest. I think that's a solid fight. Otto Wallin versus Dominic Breazeale. Be a good little fight. Yes, Sir D. Big up to fucking Rachel Ball. Yep. Shannon the Chav got fucking bashed up. She got dropped. Wonderful stuff, man. The scenes, man. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, Leeds versus Man United. Elland Road is a vicious fixture. Yep. Been a long time, St. Brit. Been a long time. The last time we played you at Elland Road, when was that, man? It must have been 03-04. It must have been. I think it was 03-04. Full glory. Salute, Del Boy. Will they give Benavidez another chance at the WBC? It's the WBC, so more than likely, to be honest, full glory. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, yeah, I saw Alantes Fox. He was back on that undercard. Yeah, I saw that. Levi Khan. He's a standby for Benavidez and Benavidez and Angulo. If anybody falls out of that fight, Alantes Fox is going to take their place. Yeah, facts, Colin. Yeah, I enjoyed it as well. I enjoyed it. Shannon, the mangled kebab Fanny Courtney. Yeah, her cunt definitely looks like a fucking smashed up apple pie. Let's be honest about it. Do you know what I mean? We've all had that type. And usually, man, you're not really pleasantly surprised when you go down there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Colin. Felix Cash, I enjoyed what I saw. Some nice sharp punches, nice jab, nice straight right hand, good body work. Sometimes he was straying a bit low, and obviously he got a point deducted. But he looked pretty sharp. I mean, I wouldn't mind to see him step up now, to be honest. Whether he goes for a British title, European title, something like that. But he's a good little fighter, Felix Cash. He's quite a good little technician. He's a decent fighter. I'll tell you what, lads, I enjoyed the Zelfa Barrett fight. I really enjoyed that fight. I thought Eric Donovan was doing a good job. He was doing a pretty good job of boxing early on. I thought he was winning the fight. But Zelfa Barrett, man, he came out of nowhere, man. Dropped this guy a couple of times. Then iced this dude, man. Completely iced him with that left hook. That's a beautiful knockout. Great knockout by Zelfa Barrett. That was fight of the night to me. The Zelfa Barrett, Eric Donovan fight. That's a great fight. Yeah, Nathan, I agree. He's a decent prospect. And yeah, big up the weight. Yep. Big up the weight. Shannon's going to be okay. She can get back on the Echo Falls now in the high-rise flats. Yes, sir. The English banter about Shannon Courtney, I'm dead. Yeah, I thought Donovan looked pretty nifty early on. He looked pretty solid, man. But, you know, the young gun, Zelfa Barrett, he kind of caught up with him. Caught him, knocked him out, man. I was impressed with the temperament from Zelfa Barrett, to be honest, because I thought he must have known he was losing that fight. And he displayed some good finishing instincts, you know. I enjoyed the knockout. Good knockout by Zelfa. Good win for him. Now, hopefully, he can move on, get a good fight. You know, maybe Maxie Hughes. Maxie Hughes recently beat John O'Carroll. That'd be a decent fight for Zelfa. That'd be a solid fight. But yeah, good win by Zelfa, as far as I'm concerned. Good win. Yeah, D. I think Felix Cash is like a European level. That's where he's going to top out. Top UK 154 right now. Where does Troy Williamson rank? He's fighting this weekend. I've not seen too much of Troy, to be honest. He looks fairly solid, fairly heavy-handed. He was actually a decent amateur, Troy Williamson. We'll see after this weekend. We'll see how he looks. From what I last checked, he didn't even have an opponent announced. So we'll see who he fights. But yeah, Troy's okay. Troy's solid. He looks pretty decent. Yeah, I agree, Nathan. Felix Cash, yeah, he's going to be in exciting fights, no doubt. He's a fun fighter, man. He loads up on shots. You know, he goes from body to head. You know, he's quite aggressive as well. So yeah, Felix Cash, he's going to be in some fun fights. And he can get caught. Look at the Jack Cullen fight, man. That was a good fight. That was a great fight, actually. This is a good fight. This is a very good fight, Unrivaled. Trust Unrivaled, man, to come in here and make me fucking think. The fucking prick. Sergio Garcia versus Brian Castano. Who wins? I rate Brian Castano. I rate Sergio Garcia. Sergio Garcia has the range, like the length, the height, the volume. Brian Castano's a far better inside fighter, far better technician up close. Do you know what? I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to go Sergio Garcia. Close points win. Sergio Garcia. Yep. I'm going to go Garcia. Oh, you guys are going Garcia as well. G-Man, he's got Garcia. Colin's got Garcia. Yeah, man, that's a good fight, Unrivaled. That's a good fight. It's a very good fight. Levi Khan, anybody watching Warren Show this weekend, ask for Frampton's opponent's business card if you need any plumbing done. Yeah, I'll be honest, Levi, I'm not going to watch this weekend's card with Warren. I'm going out anyway, man, so fuck it. If it was a good card, I'd have probably stayed in, to be honest, but it's shit, so I thought, fuck it. We'll go out, man. We'll go out. Anthony Fowler versus Jamel Charlo. I would pay a good 25, 30 quid to see Jamel Charlo put that cunt to sleep, honestly. I really would. I'd pay to see Charlo knock out Anthony Fowler. Oh, Chase Athletics, he's got Castano. It's a good fight, man. It's a very good fight. Contrasting styles. Castano's a really good inside fighter. He applies pressure really well. We saw that against Lara. You know, we saw that against Michelle Sorrow. He's a good fighter. But I think Sergio Garcia, man, I think that guy's underrated, man. His volume, the angles he fights at, the range. He's a good fighter, man. He's a good fighter. G-Man Boxing. Johnny Nelson would pick Fowler against Charlo. Yeah, he more than likely would. The same Johnny Nelson who said, I can see how Conor McGregor beats Floyd Mayweather. That's the same Johnny Nelson we're talking about. It's insane, man. Insane. Yeah, Levi, facts. Fowler would get his head boxed off by Garcia and he'd get out-hustled by Castano. Yeah, facts. Easy. Johnny Nelson's in bed with Anna Wallhouse as we speak. Fair play to him. I would with Anna. I would, but I'm not all... At the same time, I'm not a big fan. She's a bit of an ironing board, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? She's a bit of an ironing board. Not really packing... She's not stacked, is she? But she'll do, you know? One of those ones. You would. I wouldn't say no. You know? Lockdown's been a bit rough, mate. Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell. Oh, now this is very good. This is very good. Because I hate both of these guys. Fowler versus Canelo or Makhmudov versus Dave Allen. Jesus Christ, that's a hard one. I'm going to go Canelo versus Fowler. I'm going to go Canelo versus Fowler. Tony Bellew is technically better than Alexander Usyk, yes. These are the analysts who we're paying for on Sky Sports. Yeah. These same analysts. Johnny Nelson, man. Fuck me. Yeah, that's what I think, Dominic. Anthony Fowler, he's a good British level fighter. Maybe he can get to European level when Sergio Garcia moves out, but yeah, he's not that great. Sosa, he says he doesn't see anything with Anna Woolhouse. She's as plain as ready salted crisps. I like that. I like that analogy. I might steal that. L-Dog, I've already seen Alan get beat up. Yeah, exactly. We've only really seen Anthony Fowler get fucked up once, and that was still competitive. Yeah, I agree, L-Dog. I agree with L-Dog. Yeah, big up to Official Scorecard Boxing. Salute to you, sir. Hopefully you're doing well, bro. Hopefully you're keeping well. Yeah, same, L-Dog. I want to see Fowler get beat up. Yep, Nathan. Yep. Otto Wallin, he's fighting Travis Kaufman. Decent little comeback fight. Travis Kaufman, he can be awkward. He's kind of durable. But Otto Wallin should win that fight. He should win that fight comfortably. If he wants to go anywhere, he needs to win that comfortably. He needs to, he needs to put on a bit of a statement. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Big Boys Boxing, man. You're right, bro. Hit the like, you stingy beggars. 100%, bro. 100%. Yeah, Shakram Giyasov, Israel Madrimov, good fighters, man. Good prospects. Madrimov, he's in action tomorrow. He's fighting Eric Walker. Eric Walker's a decent club fighter in America. He's got a pretty good story as well, actually, Eric Walker. He actually came out of prison, I believe, at 29 years old after doing a 13-year sentence, and he turned pro. So fair play to the guy, man. But he's going to get fucked up tomorrow. He's going to get fucked up. Oh, I couldn't bear it, Dominic. I couldn't bear following Anthony Fowler on fucking Instagram. Couldn't bear it. What about Tank versus Canelo? Fuck me. I'd watch it. This is a good fight, Levi Khan. Ajagba versus Joyce, who wins? Both guys have pretty poor defense. Both guys are kind of predictable. I think Ajagba hits harder, to be honest, in terms of one-punch power. But Joyce has the volume. I think I'd pick Joe Joyce, to be honest. I think I'd pick Joe Joyce, but it's a good fight. It's a good fight. Exactly, Colin. Yeah, Dave Allen is a luxury journeyman. Needs to fight Tom Little and get it over and done with. Yep. Yep, I agree. Nathan saying Macklin is worse than Johnny Nelson. I'll tell you what, Nathan. If he's not worse, he's fucking getting close. He's getting close. He really is. He really is. Yeah, it's crazy, official, man. It's crazy what happened to Barcelona. 8-2, man. It's crazy. Fuck me. Levi Khan, he's asking about Fowler versus Moranquinho. I actually have Fowler, Levi Khan. I think Fowler beats Moranquinho. I think that fight was like a flash in the pan when he beat Sam Eggington. I think I'd pick Fowler to win. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, man. Copend09, just tuning in. Do you agree with Canelo with Canelo the Floyd fight doesn't count and he's still undefeated? Absolutely not. Did he say that, Copend? Did Canelo say that? It's embarrassing. That fight, no, he lost that fight, obviously, and he learned from it. He made himself better from it. That fight is pivotal in his career. You know, it's led him to become the fighter he is today. That loss, man, is more valuable than a lot of his wins, as far as I'm concerned. Let's look at the first 25 wins on his resume. That loss to Floyd is more valuable than any of them. So he's full of shit, as far as I'm concerned. He's full of shit. Did David Benavidez miss weight because of his dedication, body outgrowing the weight, or did he forget to remove the few bags of coke from his pocket? I'm going to go with the latter, unrivaled. You know, I'm going to go with the latter. Old coke fiend fucking David Benavidez, cocaine cowboy. Cocaine cowboy. It's insane. Yeah, Barcelona, man. If it was boxing, they looked shot. If there was a fighter, you know, there was a shot fighter, Barcelona. Yeah. They look slow, like you said. Slow and old. Yep. 100%. Devoid of any energy. No pace. Just, Bayern fucked them. They fucked them. Yo, big up to Sporting Advantage, man. Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, exactly, official. Even if you don't count the Floyd fight, he still lost to GGG. Yep, he lost that first fight. That's a fact, bro. Well, it's an opinion, but you know what I mean. I thought he clearly lost that first fight. But it is what it is. It is what it is. That's a very good question, Nathan. Has anybody seen Michelle Joy Phelps recently? I ain't seen her. She's keeping herself out of the limelight. I wonder what she's doing right now. Maybe she's fucking setting up an OnlyFans account. Maybe that's what she's doing. I don't know. But fuck knows what she's doing, bro. Honestly. Barca Bayern looked like Audley versus Hay. Fact. Yep, it did. It did. Colin said she's in Ty and Booth's bedroom. Yeah, Bradley doesn't sound too great sometimes, official. I agree. I liked Tim Bradley though, man. I liked Tim Bradley as a fighter. I'm not a fan as a commentator though. He's not my favourite commentator right now. I'm not a fan of him as a commentator. He's a good hype man, Tim Bradley. I think Tim Bradley will be better suited working in like a promotion, to be honest, rather than being a commentator. Because he's got that enthusiasm for boxing, but on commentary, he's far too biased, in my opinion. And I don't think he's necessarily great at breaking down a fight. So I don't think Tim Bradley's a great commentator, but I do think he'll be a good asset to a promotional company. I think he'll do a good job. You know, maybe as like some sort of spokesman or something like that. He'll be pretty decent. Barca got arse raped in front of the world. Disgusting. Yeah, they did, man. They got me too'd. Man. Coogan versus Ty and Booth, pussy and views. Yep. Oh, was it Dominic? Average age of that Barcelona team was 29 years old. Yeah. Where was Lionel Messi, by the way? Where was Lionel Messi, man? He was missing. He was missing, man. Listen, man, I'm going to say it. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Cristiano Ronaldo is better than Lionel Messi. He's greater. He's done it at different clubs. He's won an international tournament. He's just better, man. Cristiano Ronaldo's better. Deal with it. Now, Messi's sick, though. Messi's great. But I think Ronaldo's the GOAT. But I'm a United fan, so maybe I'm biased. Oh, fuck me, unrivaled. He says Michelle, a.k.a. Michael's, retucking his cock. Fuck's sake, man. Unrivaled thinks Michelle Joy Phelps is a tranny. I don't think so, man. Yo, Big Dan, he doesn't like Tim Bradley. He says he's a prick. Fuck me. Yeah, Colin, yeah. Good boxers don't necessarily make good pundits. In fact, the majority of them are pretty poor. Like Carl Froch is bad, Matt Macklin's bad, Johnny Nelson's bad, Tim Bradley's bad. Andre Ward's okay, I guess. Malinagi's the best. He's the best boxer commentator right now. Well, he's sacked, isn't he? So, big up to Paulie Malignaggi. Who do you prefer, Sancho or Mbappe? He prefers Sancho. I prefer Mbappe, I'll be honest. I prefer Mbappe. Dominic's not having it. He's saying Messi over Ronaldo. No, we've got Ronaldo here, man. It's a Ronaldo channel. We got Ronaldo. Yeah, Colin, I think Ronaldo's longevity is more impressive. another thing with Ronaldo, yeah, if you're 2-0 down and you're up against it, I would rather have Ronaldo in my team, to be honest. I mean, look at what Ronaldo did to Spain in the last World Cup. He single-handedly got Portugal a point in that game, in that group game. He single-handedly fucked Spain up. That was incredible, that performance. Absolutely incredible. And Portugal are not a good team. I don't care what anybody says. Well, they weren't then. They weren't a great team. And he carried that team to fucking compete with Spain on his own. Quality player, man. Quality player. Yeah, big up to Duck, man. Big up to Duck. Yeah, Levi Khan. Roy Jones, best commentator ever, except for Emmanuel Stewart and George Foreman. You must have forgot. Yeah, Roy Jones, man. Roy Jones is okay, in my opinion. Emmanuel Stewart was great, one of the best. George Foreman was just fucking funny to me. I like George Foreman. He made me laugh. Yeah, that's true, D. I'm being harsh, D. I am being harsh, but I'm a Ronaldo guy, so I'm gonna be harsh. I'm gonna be harsh, man. Yeah, Ronaldo's the GOAT. The greatest player to ever live, Cristiano Ronaldo. Patrol Network. Maybe Michelle Joy Phelps is Ronaldo's baby mama, and she's used the money she sold her child to start a boxing channel. Fuck's sake. Yeah, Callie Sauerland. Yeah, he can out-coke Benavidez. Although David Benavidez, man, when you look at that guy, he looks like some fucking guy out of Narcos. The guy looks like a fucking psycho, David Benavidez. I wouldn't fuck with Benavidez, man. He looks like a fucking psycho. Yes, Nathan, bring back Boxing Gossip. Yep. I like Boxing Gossip back in the day, man. His podcasts. I used to like his podcast, man. Great channel. Yeah, I watch Boxing Talk with Ade. Nathan. I watch Ade. Yeah, Padja, I agree. Barcelona's second leg last year against Liverpool was disgraceful, but they've reached a new low tonight. Yep. That team needs a lot of reinforcements, needs younger legs. It needs, basically what it needs now, yeah, is a change of philosophy. Tiki-taka was revolutionary, but football moves on. I think it was D who made the point earlier about pace and power. Barcelona don't have that in that team. They don't have pace, they don't have power. They need that in that team now. They have a lack of it. Who have they got in that team who resembles that? Ousmane Dembele, when he plays, that's really it. That's really it. But yeah, man, Barcelona right now they're in a lot of trouble. But it goes to show, man, football, man, it always works in cycles, doesn't it? Certain styles of play work for a while, then they get found out, then a new style comes in, and it's like a cycle. It's like a cycle. I guess it's like boxing in a sense, but Leonard Ellaby could out-coke anyone. Fuck me. Barcelona is the Arsenal of Europe. For fuck's sake. Yeah, I think Pochettino is gonna be. I reckon he's number one target for Barcelona. He's one of the best managers available right now. I think Pochettino will be a good fit. Yep, tiki-taka, counter, Italian 3-5-2 to aggro pressing. Yep, exactly, Colin. Yep. 3-5-2 a few years ago when Chelsea won the league, when they had Conte first season, they won the league and they was playing that 3-5-2. Victor Moses was a wing back here and he was sick. The next season they got found out. They got found out, man. It's one of those things. One of those things. Barcelona should bring in Tesco Joe. Yep, Joe Gallagher. The dog fucker. Oh, that's a good fight, Levi Khan. Carlos Negron versus Jonathan Rice tomorrow on the Showtime undercard. Yep, that's a good fight. Good little heavyweight fight. Yeah, I think Rice could beat Negron, to be honest with you. Jonathan Rice is a pretty good journeyman from America in the heavyweight division. He's pretty durable. He actually gave Tony Yoka a fair fight. He gave him some problems. You know, he caught him a few times, made it tough, made it rough. Jonathan Rice is a pretty good journeyman, to be fair. Devin Haney with Suarez would be a good formation. Fuck's sake. Unless you have brilliant ball playing defenders like Maldini, I'm not a fan of tiki-taka. Yeah, that's true, you know. Like, even the goalkeeper, though, when Barcelona were playing tiki-taka, Victor Valdez, he could really play with his feet for a goalkeeper. He really could. Who's better, Lingardinho or Goldington? Oh, it's got to be Lingardinho, a.k.a. Lingard. Facts. It's got to be fucking Lingard. Yeah, I've seen a bit of Rolly Romero. I'll be honest with you, Cop End. I'm not really all that impressed. He seems like a fairly physically strong dude, but the fights I've seen, man, he loads up with single shots, like that left hook in particular. You know, doesn't really set anything up, doesn't feint, doesn't jab all that much. Just seems like he's a guy who tries to bowl through you, throwing big haymakers. Not really all that sold on Rolly Romero. How he's fighting for some sort of title, I don't know. I really don't know, man. It's insane. Lingard's a great prospect. Fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. Why is Joe Gallagher called Tesco Joe? He actually used to work in Tesco, apparently, to subsidise his training career. He used to work in Tesco's, believe it or not. And yeah, I think that's when it stuck. Good old Tesco Joe. Good old Tesco Joe. Yep. Lingard is the GOAT. 2 goals in 2 games. You can't argue, Trong Network. That is a player banging form. Banging form. I don't want to hear nobody fucking slag off Lingard in this chat. Fucking straight up. Yeah, Madrimov, yeah, he's going to beat Eric Walker tomorrow. Facts, yeah, he's going to fuck him up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Barcelona's strength in their heyday was closing down as soon as they lost possession. Yeah, it's crazy, man. That team, to a man, all of those guys fucking worked hard. They worked hard. They pressed together, man. It was great to watch, man. But this current crop of players, man, yeah, they're not about it like that. They're not about it. Lingard is the Huey Fury of football. He is, you know. Oh, he's only 27. He's still a prospect. Yep. That's what Lingard is. Facts, Levi. Facts. I'm not a fan of female boxing. I enjoyed tonight, though, because What's-Her-Face got beat up. What's-Her-Face? Shannon Courtenay. I enjoyed that. But yeah, ordinarily, I'm not a fan of female boxing. No offense to anybody that is, but I'm not all that sold on it, to be honest. Just not for me, for whatever reason. Not for me. Oh, fuck me, Christian. Sorry, Chris. Yeah, Christian. I'm very, very, very worried about that game. I think we might lose, to be honest, Chris. I was very impressed with Sevilla against Wolves. Very impressed. Very impressed. Oh yeah, fucking Winston Campos. He got banjoed by Josh Taylor a couple of years ago. Yeah, Gyasov, man, he should fuck him up in a few rounds, 2 or 3 rounds. It should fuck him up. Yeah, Sergio Martinez is next weekend. Cop End. He's fighting some other Spanish dude. So 45 years old, making a comeback after a dodgy knee. More than likely, that won't end well. Hopefully he wins, because I used to like Sergio back in the day. So hopefully he does win, but I'm not convinced, man. Might go horribly wrong. Oh yeah, D. Mason Greenwood, to me, man, he's a generational talent. Left foot, right foot, pace, strength. You know, reads the game very well. Positioning. He's got swagger about him. The guy doesn't play like an English player. He plays like a Dutchman. He reminds me of Van Persie. That's what he reminds me of, Mason Greenwood. Reminds me of Van Persie. His striking technique, his touch. You know, he's a very fucking good player. Very good talent. And the fact he's only 18 is scary. The composure that guy's got for an 18-year-old, very impressive. Very impressive. He's going to be a very good player in 2-3 years' time. He's a very good player now. But in 2 or 3 years' time, bro, the guy's going to be a fucking baller. Yes, Levi Khan. Juan Pablo Hernandez versus Kevin Johnson in Germany at heavyweight next week. I can't wait for that matchup. Exactly. Do you know what, though? Juan Pablo Hernandez back in the day was a very good cruiserweight. He was a very good cruiserweight, IBF champion. You know, he beat guys like Steve Cunningham twice. He beat Firat Arslan. He was a good fighter, man, but the injuries just fucked him up. He got fucked by injuries, and he retired. He retired on the back of a knee injury, I believe. And 6 years later, he's coming back to fight at heavyweight. I can't really see it ending well. I think he'll beat Kevin Johnson, but after that, man, I don't really see him doing much in the heavyweight division. Yeah, D, I'm not. I'll be honest, mate, man. I'm not sold on Shannon, bro. I can't say a good word about her. I can't say a good word about her. Do you know what I mean? Right hook boxing. Does Greenwood get benched if we get Sancho, though? That's the thing, right hook boxing. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Controversial. Our front three now, Greenwood, Martial, Rashford. If I had to drop anybody in that front three, I'll drop Rashford. I'll drop Rashford and play Greenwood through the middle and play Sancho and Martial either side. If I had to drop anybody, it would be Rashford. But you can rotate the guys, I guess. You know, you can rotate the guys. So it will work out. I think it'll be okay. But if I was starting a best 11, I would say Martial, Sancho, and Greenwood, personally. Just my opinion. By the way, I love that name, Khabib's hat. United will never be as they were with Cantona and Keane. These new dudes are jokers, yeah. That's the thing with United right now, man, is there's no leaders at our club. There's no leaders at all. There's no captains. There's no characters. It's all a bunch of pussies, to be honest. Katie Taylor versus Pursoon rematch. Will Dell be watching that fight next week? I'll watch it, Levi. I will watch that fight just because I'll watch the card. Whether I buy the card or not is another matter. I might watch the card with a few mates, get a few mates over, you know, have a few beers, maybe get some weed, and we might buy the fight and watch it. If like nobody's coming around, I'll watch it on a live stream. But yeah, I'll watch it. Right hook boxing, not controversial with me, mate. Never been high on Rashford. Haven't seen enough progress for me. Yeah, Rashford's a good player, but you know, sometimes his finishing, his final product, his decision making isn't the best. But he's still relatively young, I guess. I still rate him. I think he's a good player, but yeah, if I had to drop anybody, me personally, it would be Rashford. If I had to drop anybody. Yo, big up to Apology Man. Michael Hennessy Jr. versus Felix Cash at middleweight. I'm hearing laugh out loud. As long as Mickey wins next week on Pitter's undercard, yeah, that'll be jokes. Yeah, Mick Hennessy's son fights. If like for those who don't know, Mick Hennessy's son, he fights. Yeah, he's a middleweight. Believe it or not, he's a middleweight. Apology Man, he says Rashford is good. He needs more time. Yeah, he's solid, man. He's a good player. He's had some good games this season. I think this season's been his best goal-scoring season for United in the league. So, in that sense, he's improved. You know, he scored more goals and whatnot. So, yeah, he's done a good job. But if I'm dropping anybody, I'm going to drop Rashford, I'll be honest. Just my opinion. Now, that's an underrated fight, Levi Khan. I think that's a very underrated fight. Elidia Alvarez versus Joe Smith Jr. next Saturday. Yep, good fight. I like both guys. Me personally, I think Elidia Alvarez has the better fundamentals, better boxing skills. I think the straight punching of Elidia Alvarez, that jab, you know, the straight right hand, the distance control, I think that'll win in that fight. If he boxes his fight, he should win. If he sets his feet and takes chances, Joe Smith could knock him out. You know, Elidia needs to play it safe, you know, rely on his boxing skills. He should win that fight. But it's going to be dangerous, man. It's going to be dangerous. Alvarez, is 36 years old now? He looked kind of slow in his last fight. He looked terrible against Kovalev in the rematch. Maybe Joe can get to him. I think that's a really good fight. But like, I'm picking Alvarez on points. To be honest, I'm picking Alvarez on points. It's a good fight, though. It's a very good fight. Yeah, United just need one dude, a leader in midfield. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree. Khabib's hat. maybe even a leader from the back, because I'm not convinced about the Maguire Lindelof partnership. I'm not convinced by that personally. I'm not convinced by the guy behind him, or behind them, sorry, De Gea. We've got a few holes in our squad that we need to address. We really do. But I don't think we're going to do it this summer. I really don't. I think United fans at the end of this window we're going to be very disappointed. That's how I feel. I think we're going to be very disappointed. We're going to be very disappointed. Oh, Levi Khan dropping the news. Sam Jones said Hellenius versus FA Ajagba next. That'll be interesting. That'll be a very good fight, Levi. The thing is, though, Ajagba's left for PBC. That's the thing. So where's that fight going to happen? If that fight happened, though, that'd be a good fight, you know. That'd be a good fight. Good test for FA Ajagba. That'd be a hell of a test. Yep, good shout, L-Dog. Hrgovic versus Hellenius. Yep, makes sense. Any of those sort of fights, man, make a lot of sense for these guys. Whether it's Hrgovic, Bakole, Ajagba, you know, Makhmudov, they're all great step-ups, man. Someone like Hellenius. Makes a lot of sense. I've not heard anything from Hrgovic, by the way. I've not heard anything. So hopefully this guy gets his act together and starts fighting soon. Because the guy can't afford to sit out, man. Just needs to get back in the ring. Even if you're fighting a bum, just get in the ring, get off a ring rust, stay active, do your thing, you know, get a knockout, build a profile. But a lot of these guys right now are kind of fucking around. Oh, it's old news. FA signed with Top Rank since then. Okay. Yeah. I was about to say, man, that fight doesn't make... Yeah. Yeah, I was excited as well, Colin. Bakole versus Kuzmin was a very good fight. I was excited for that fight as well. I think that fight would have told us a lot about Bakole, how much he's improved since the Michael Hunter fight. Would have told us a lot in terms of his heart, his desire, things like that. You know, because I felt Michael Hunter broke him in that fight. I felt he broke him physically and mentally, and he basically wanted no more. He submitted in that fight, and yeah, that kind of stuck with me. And Kuzmin's a guy who's limited, but he's very tough. He can punch, and he's going to put it on you. So I thought that fight was very interesting for Bakole. It's a shame we're not seeing it. It's a shame. Yet, Nathan, Alan Babic versus Shaundell Winters was rumoured for next week. I heard that as well, Nathan. I heard Alan Babic versus Joey DeWaco as well. That was another one. Heard a few rumours knocking about. Heard a few rumours. Oh shit, Michael Nunn's fighting again, Copend? I know Michael Nunn fought, he fought a few weeks ago, actually. He fought in kickboxing. He fought Pat Miletich, Michael Nunn. And he won that fight, actually. He beat Pat Miletich by a split decision, I believe. But yeah, Michael Nunn's fighting again. There we go. Is it on BoxRec? Have a look. Yeah, it's on BoxRec. Oh, shit. Michael Nunn is fighting on the 29th of August. And he's fighting Samuel Clarkson. Samuel Clarkson isn't a great fighter, but he's like a club level fighter in the light heavyweight division. He's going to get fucked up, man. Michael Nunn's going to get fucked up by that kid. Jesus Christ. Fuck me, that's a massive step up. That's not a step up. Or what am I saying? That's a fucking tough fight, man. For like a 56-year-old. Matthew Clarkson, he's like a Friday Night Fight level fighter, basically. That's how I would describe him. Samuel Clarkson, he's fought at cruiserweight as well. He actually fought Dimitri Bivol, I believe. He got stopped in that fight. That's crazy, man. That should not be sanctioned, I don't think. Now, that shouldn't be sanctioned. Michael Nunn, 56 years old, fighting a Friday Night Fights level fighter. Yeah, Michael would have played with this dude in his prime, but fuck me, he's 56 years old, man. That's messed up, you know. Fucking hell. Yo, I thought Michael Nunn was going to be fighting like a complete bum. But, yeah, Samuel Clarkson isn't a bad fighter. Yeah, he's going to get fucked up there, man. Samuel Clarkson's not a bad fighter. He's not like anywhere close to world level, but if he was British, he'd be a British level fighter, basically. He'd be like in and around British level, I would say. You know, on the level of a Hosea Burton. Yeah, Hosea Burton, I would say. Yes, that sort of level. That's ridiculous, man. That shouldn't be sanctioned. That shouldn't be sanctioned. That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. Jesus. That's insane, bro. Can't believe that, honestly. I thought he was going to be fighting a complete bum. Fuck me. Pray for Michael fucking Nunn. Second to Nunn. That's one of the fucking best nicknames in boxing, by the way. Michael's second to Nunn. Sounds sick. Yeah, Michael Nunn's still fighting Khabib's hat. He recently came out of prison. He came out of prison last August, I believe. And yeah, I guess the only thing he knows is fighting, right? So, listen, I'm against that fight personally. I don't want to see that guy get hurt. But at the same time, who am I to say to somebody you can't earn your money? If you're passing medicals and, you're doing what you need to do, who am I to say you shouldn't fight? It is what it is, man. Michael Nunn's a grown man at the end of the day, and he can make his own decisions, right? So hopefully he doesn't get hurt. That's all I'm saying. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt. But it is what it is, man. This is boxing. We've seen stories like this throughout the sport's history. Old boys coming back, to try and recapture glory or a few quid, and it usually ends badly. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, he was in prison. Yeah, Khabib's hat. So he was basically caught by a sting operation, Michael Nunn. I think he bought like 20 odd grand's worth of weed for like $800. That in itself, man, should have made you realize this is not fucking legit. This isn't kosher. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. And Michael Nunn was a street dude. He was dabbling in drugs in the 90s, selling and shit. How he got caught out by that, I'll never know. Maybe he was that desperate for money to the point where he wasn't computing it. But I ain't going to say too much yet, but that would never happen to me. Never. That's insane to me, how you'd get caught out with that. It's madness, bro. That's madness. Yeah, it's entrapment, D. They did the same over here. Do you remember, what's dude's name? Herbie Hyde. They did the same thing to Herbie Hyde over here. They got him with a similar sting. They got him with something very similar. But I don't know why you'd fall for it, though, man. Seriously. I don't know why you'd fall for it. Oh, really, Nathan? Ade on his channel predicted Allen would easily beat Gorman. No, I don't rate Gorman all that highly, but I think Gorman's a better fighter than Dave Allen. Fuck me. Yeah, Gorman would outbox Dave Allen. Gorman's got a better skill set, man. No doubt. Yeah, £800 on weed in the UK, intent to supply, get 18 months suspended probably, yeah. Yeah. I mean, what's weed between friends, man? Jesus. What's weed between friends? I've never fucking... Hang on, where are we at? Jesus Christ. Nathan, he said, the card next week needs Hughie Fury versus Dave Allen on LOL. I like him, but that's crazy talk. Yeah, Hughie Fury versus Dave Allen's it's a terrible fight. It really is a terrible fight. We all know the result. We all know it's going to be fucking shit. That's all we need to know. We know it's going to be a shit fight. We know who's going to win. We know it's going to go for decision. We know exactly how that fight's going to play out before we see it. We've seen it already. We've seen it in our minds. It's a shit fight. We don't need to see that. I didn't understand the push for that fight, to be honest with you. Dave Allen versus Hughie Fury. What a load of shit. What a load of shit. Khabib's hat can't take a shit in the USA without a prison sentence. Yep. Okay. Yeah, L-Dog. So apparently the Babich versus Winters fight is in jeopardy. That's a shame because that's a good little test for Alan Babich. Maybe they can get Fat Boy Joey DeWaco over. That'll be a decent test as well. Fury versus Allen is a fine floater. Exactly. It's fucking shit. Absolute shit. Yeah, Huey Fury throws 9 punches per round to a UD. Yep, some like 9 slappy, fucking pory jabs, like 2 right hands every fucking 17 years, and it's going to go to the decision. Yeah, exactly. It's a boring fight, man. It's a boring fight. Talisa, E17 girl, was stung by News of the World UK trying to buy loads of cocaine and supply it. Got no prison. Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy. Guarantee if that was me or you, though, we'd get fucking sent down. Of course we would, man. We'd get sent down. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. What can we say? Yeah, Huey would fucking outpoint Dave Allen, Nathan. He would like slap him up, really. I mean, Dave Allen's like Homer Simpson, man. That's his style. He's got the Homer Simpson style. He barrels forwards with no fucking defense, getting punched in the face. The only way he can win a fight is if like the other cunt he's fighting has such a bad gas tank that he punches himself out, and then Dave Allen will knock him out. That's the only way he wins fights. That's how he beat. That's literally how he beat Nick Webb. Nick Webb was piecing him up. Then he gassed out. Then he got fucking knocked out. That's what happened. Nick Webb was winning the fight. He was outworking Dave. Then his gas tank went. Dave Allen, man. Dave Allen, honestly, I mean, the richest journeyman in the sport of boxing right now, more than likely. It's embarrassing. Who has better wins, Allen or Huey Fury? I would say Huey Fury, believe it or not. I mean, Allen's beaten Lucas Brown on paper. That's a better win than anything on Huey's resume. But we need to take that into like put it into context. Lucas Brown was shot to bits, man. He was shot to bits, and Huey Fury beat Andre Rudenko, and Andre Rudenko actually fought Lucas Brown and arguably beat Lucas Brown. I personally felt he got jobbed on the scorecards in that fight. So I would say Huey personally. I would say Huey. And Huey, man, listen, I don't like Huey Fury in terms of his style, but at least the guy trains. At least the guy, you know, takes this sport somewhat seriously. I don't like the guy's style. I find him boring, but I'll give him that credit. He's a tough old kid who trains hard. Ultimately, he's just not good enough. At the end of the day, I don't really begrudge you that. If you're not good enough, you're not good enough. It's not about lack of talent with Dave Allen. That's not what my problem is. My problem is the fact that this guy has been on 7 pay-per-view cards and he's not trained once for any of these fucking fights. He's not trained. Comes in out of shape, looking like a fucking barrel. And the guy's been on 7 pay-per-view cards, continuously getting opportunities. It's a disgrace, man. If the guy turned up in shape and gave it a go, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be upset. It is what it is. It doesn't matter whether you come up short. I don't care. Look at Gabriel Rosado, for example. The guy's got what? Fucking how many losses? God knows how many losses now, Gabriel Rosado. But I'll still watch this guy fight. Win, lose or draw. Because the guy applies himself. He comes to fight. He comes in good shape. It's not about winning or losing. It's not about necessarily how good you are. It's about how you apply yourself. And Dave Allen doesn't do that. That's my problem with Dave Allen. He doesn't apply himself. He's a lazy cunt. That's my problem with Dave. And the fact that Dave relies on that social media Hmong fan base of his winds me up. It really does. Exactly. Apology. Yeah, Lucas Brown was shot and off PEDs. Yep. 100%. Yeah, big up to Rob Plant, by the way. Big up to Rob Plant. Nordic Warrior. Brown was garbage even during his prime. Yeah, I recall watching Lucas Brown on the come up, man, and he struggled in so many fights. He struggled against Rudenko. He arguably lost that fight. There was some Canadian guy he fought in the UK as well. He struggled in that fight. Man, he was getting touched up by a fat, shot to bits James Toney. I mean, come on, man. Lucas Brown was never great. He was basically a doorman with a good right hand. That's what Lucas Brown was. We say Deontay Wilder is only a right hand. Lucas Brown genuinely is only a right hand. You know, at least Wilder's fast. He's got an semblance of a jab. He's got somewhat quick feet. Like, Lucas Browne is literally a heavy bag with a fucking right hand. That's what Lucas Browne is. Useless. Cash Ali versus Dave Allen. That'd be decent, I guess. Khabib's hat. That'd be decent. That'd be decent. Yeah, Rob Plant, yeah. Brown got very lucky against Shagayev. That's his only claim. Yep. He was getting beat up in that fight. Lucas Browne got dropped. He got hurt. He was getting outpointed. And yeah, he just landed a great shot. Shagayev was gassing. And yeah, he landed a great shot and knocked him out. That surprised me, really. That really did surprise me at the time, though, I can't lie. Really surprised me. I personally do believe Lucas Browne was on PEDs that fight, by the way. I don't believe the story that he was fucking framed and all that shit. He looked like a guy who was fighting on PEDs. He was moving the best I ever saw him move. He was punching hard. He was throwing more punches than usual. Everything about that fight was fishy to me when you look back at it. It was Lucas Browne, but like on steroids. That's what it was. It was like Lucas Browne. If you gave a shit Lucas Browne loads of steroids, that's what happens. That's what happens. That's how he fought. He fought like a guy on juice. He was on something, man. Yeah, the round where he knocked out Shagayev, maybe the round before. Yeah, he started to get on top of it. He was starting to touch Shagayev up a bit more. But before that, man, I thought Shagayev was boxing him, to be honest. He was catching him with some good shots. Yeah, pick up to King Boot Show. LDBC was suicidal. Wilder's not ready for Fury. I don't think Wilder wants to fight Fury again, King Boot Show. I really don't. I don't think he wants that fight, in all honesty. I think he's going through the motions. You know, it's what it is kind of thing. It's one of his only paydays left. I think he's taking that fight as almost like, in his heart of hearts, I think he expects to lose, but he's going to get paid. If he can somehow pull it off, that's a bonus, you know? I don't think he believes he can beat Tyson Fury now. His chance was on December the 1st, whenever that first fight was. December 1st, 2018. That was his best chance to beat Tyson Fury, and he blew it. Tyson Fury's only going to get better now. Or not necessarily any better than he was last fight. That's still too good, man. Even if the same Fury turns up, what can Wilder do? What can Wilder do, really? He needs to land a lucky right hand, man. He needs to buy the lottery, throw that right hand as much as possible, and try and land it, and try and knock this dude out. Problem being, you know, he's going to miss a lot. He's going to get tired again. He's going to get gassed out again. Then he's going to get fucked up again. But yeah, man. Yeah, big up to Boot Show, man. Big up to the BDA family. Big up to the BDA family. Yeah, I agree, Nordic. I thought Lucas Browne was on PEDs. That was, I think you can agree, Nordic. I know you saw that fight. That was the best Lucas Browne I ever saw in terms of athleticism, in terms of output, in terms of stamina, in terms of movement, in terms of everything. That was the best Lucas Browne I ever saw. That guy was on PEDs. There's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind. Apology, man. Why is it the fat, chubby endomorphs who get caught with PEDs? However, ripped and shredded guys are always clean. Yeah, it's true, you know. That's pretty true. Especially at heavyweight. Like Povetkin, Fury, Brown. Who else has tested positive recently? Fuck knows. But yeah, all of these fat guys are getting popped. All of these fat guys are getting popped, man. Jarrell Miller. How did I forget Jarrell Miller? I don't think Wilder's ever going to be ready, King Boot Show, to be honest with you. He's never going to be ready for that fight. He's just going to... He's a lamb to the slaughter. That's what he is. For PBC, Al Heyman, I think he's looking at that like for what it is, basically. Like I said, it's one more big payday for Wilder and himself. He expects him to lose. Anything other than that is a massive bonus. What else can you do with Wilder right now? If he pulls out of that Fury fight, that's big. That's a big PR disaster, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, everything that he's spoken about, all that shit he's been talking in regards to both fights, and now the excuses after that second fight. If he backs out now, he's going to look like a fucking joke. His PR you know, it's going to be at an all-time low. It's low now. If he pulls out of that third fight, then I don't see there's any way, but there's no way back. Where's he going to go? Who is he going to fight? Andy Ruiz, maybe? Is he going to fight Charles Martin? He needs to fight Tyson Fury a third time, but he knows he's going to get fucked up. He knows the fucking journey's over. That's what it is, man. He knows. Oh yeah, fact. Yeah. Wilder still destroys Charles Martin. Yeah, he still destroys Charles Martin, but like, I just think Wilder's done, man. I don't think Wilder's mentally there. He's not acting like himself. I mean, this guy's been silent since February. All we've seen from Deontay Wilder is a twerking video. That's it. That's the most life we've seen from Deontay Wilder. Nothing else. Deontay Wilder couldn't stay out of the camera, you know, since he's been champion. He loves the camera. Every single time there's a camera there, he'll fucking get in front of it. And for nearly 6 months now, we've not seen Deontay. The guy, man, he's taking this loss hard. And he's not going to improve from it. He's not going to improve. See, if I was a Deontay Wilder fan, that's the concerning thing for me, is the lack of responsibility and, you know, making all these excuses, man, in regards to fucking Fury cheating and the fucking ring suit, all this nonsense, fouling by Fury, whatever it may be, all of these excuses. Listen, if you make excuses in life for why you failed, if you're making excuses, then you're not going to address what you did wrong, because if you make an excuse, you're saying that it was beyond your control, you did nothing wrong, so why do I need to improve? That's Deontay Wilder's mindset going into this third Fury fight. You know, none of what happened in that second fight was his fault. He was hard done by. He was cheated. You know, he's the victim. That does not lend you to improve as a fighter, as a human being, in any aspect of life. It doesn't lead you to improve your well-being. Responsibility is key, and Deontay Wilder, he's not taking it right now. You know, his fans who are making excuses for him doing damage control, in the long run, that could be very bad for Deontay, because he's going to hear that, he's going to take that on board, and he's going to feel to himself, yeah, I did get cheated. Why do I need to change anything? And then he's going to go in there in the third fight doing the same shit, and the same shit's going to happen again. Do you know what I mean? Deontay, listen, man, I'm bored of Deontay, to be honest. I'm bored of Deontay. I'm bored of him. Do you know what I mean? Screw Deontay right now. Yep, Miller had tainted cheeseburgers. Yeah, he did, man. He was fucking stealing Canelo's stash. That's what he was doing. He was stealing Canelo's stash. And he fucking ate a lot. He fucking ate a lot, man. Is Hughie Fury the youngest gatekeeper in history? Let's be honest. He hasn't become as expected. He hasn't become as expected for some, but you're not beating him unless you're a top 10. Yeah, unless you're top 10 material. Yeah, you're right, Rob Plant. I would say Hughie Fury is like a gatekeeper, to be honest. He's a gatekeeper. Nobody knocks him out. He'll take you rounds. He gives you a few problems here and there, but only like the elite guys beat him. Yeah, I'd agree with that, to be honest. Like top 10, top 15 more than likely beat him. If you're outside that, chances are he beats you. That kind of thing. Yeah, I agree, Nordic. Yeah, Hughie's got a good chin. Yeah, no doubt. Hughie's actually got a very good chin. He took, in that Povetkin fight, for example, man, there was a couple of times when Povetkin fully leaped in with that left hook and he caught him flush, man. And Hughie basically brushed it off. He wasn't that hurt. Very, very, very good chin, man, from Hughie Fury. Took Parker's power with ease, took Pulev's power with ease, took Povetkin's power with ease. So, yeah, Hughie's got a good chin. He's got a good chin. So, yeah, we definitely have to give credit to Hughie for that, for his chin, no doubt. Yeah, big up to Ed Kaler, man, with a super chat. Thank you very much, Ed. You absolute legend. Big up to Ed. I've not seen Ed for a while, man. Big up, Ed. Yeah, I've not been doing a good job reading the chat tonight, by the way, lads. I've been missing a lot of shit, so I do apologise. I do apologise. Yeah, at worst, Hughie's been slightly wobbled, yeah. But for the most part, like, you've never seen Hughie Fury and you've never thought to yourself, this guy's on the verge of getting knocked out. He's got a very fucking good chin, man. Very good chin. Copindo 9 just read Yildirim is the mandatory for Benavidez' belt. Fair play coming back from Eubank. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he done well, actually, to get back from that Eubank destruction. Yeah. I read that it's going to be... Who is it going to be? It's going to be Yildirim and... who's the other dude? I heard Callum Smith could actually fight for that title because he's Diamond Champion, right? I heard that Callum Smith could fight Yildirim for the WBC. So Callum Smith could become a unified champion without fighting another champion. How about that? How about that? Jay Belo, Hughie's been in with top opposition by his mid-20s, never been down. He gets so much shit, but I respect his boxing, yeah. I'll be honest with you, Jay Belo. I don't like his style, I'll be honest, but I do respect his toughness. And while his style isn't for me, I mentioned this earlier, I actually respect that the guy does train. He does try hard, but I just don't think he's like cut out for the top level. That's my only thing with Hughie. I don't think he's cut out for the top level, but I do respect the guy's work rate. I do respect his hustle. I do respect that he tries. And that's the main thing for me, yeah? Like, I criticise Dave Allen a lot on this channel. It's not because of any other reason, really, other than the fact that this guy doesn't train despite getting every opportunity under the sun. The amount of fighters that would kill for these opportunities that Dave Allen gets, and this guy doesn't even bother to train. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't give himself a chance. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Like I said earlier, man, there's journeymen I like. Kamil Sokolovsky, a heavyweight journeyman. What's he got, like 18 losses? Something like that. But the guy always comes in shape. He always comes to fight. I like the guy, man. It doesn't matter about wins, losses, how good you are. That's fucking secondary. If you come to fight and you're in good shape and you'll fight anybody, I'm on board. All that matters. That's it. It's all that matters. Yeah, Ryder was robbed against the weight bully. Yep. John Ryder fucking schooled Callum Smith. I will say schooled as well. He schooled him. I mean, Callum Smith, right? How tall is Callum Smith? 5'9"? I'll fucking rephrase that. How tall is John Ryder? About 5'9", right? Callum Smith is 6'3", I believe. Callum Smith was getting out-jabbed by the 5'9" John Ryder. He was getting out-jabbed. That up-jab from a low angle, you know, John Ryder would really explode into it, rock Callum Smith's head back. Then when John Ryder was on the inside, he was working Callum, you know, stepping around the side, creating angles for himself, working the body, coming up through the middle, landing some good headshots. He was the boss in that fight. He was the ring general. He was the aggressor. He was the better technician. There's no way Callum Smith won that fight. That fight still fucking makes me angry now. Those are the sort of robberies that really get me. Because like Golovkin Canelo won, right? That was a really bad decision. And it was a bad look for boxing. However, Golovkin's a multi-millionaire who could have retired after that fight. He never had to box again. John Ryder's completely different. If John Ryder got that decision against Callum Smith, his life is changed forever. He could potentially then go on to get life-changing money against a Canelo or someone like that. And that was taken away from him. As a guy who doesn't have that security right now, I find that fucking reprehensible, to be honest. I find that a different level of wrong to these high-profile robberies, like a Canelo Golovkin one. John Ryder, Callum Smith really does fucking get to me even now. Really does wind me up. It really does. Another robbery in the UK that really pissed me off as well, actually, was Zach Parker, Darryl Williams. That was bad. There's been a few, you know. There's been a few robberies. What else? There's been a few, man. Yeah, he has come a long way, Rob. He's come a very long way, John Ryder. But to be fair to John Ryder, right, apart from that Blackwell loss, he's never been beaten decisively. I thought the Billy Joe Saunders fight was very close, by the way, back in the day. I think that was 2013. That was a very close fight. I wouldn't even argue if you had Ryder winning. It was that close. It's actually a very good fight, by the way. So the Billy Joe Saunders fight was close. The Jack Arnfield fight was a stonewall robbery. I'll be honest, I felt the Rocky Fielding fight was a robbery. I felt John Ryder won both of those fights. And obviously he got knocked out by Nick Blackwell. Nick Blackwell is still the only guy to decisively beat John Ryder. Nick Blackwell. You know, he caught John coming in with a good shot, hurt him and jumped on him, and that was it. One of those things. But like nobody has an easy time with John. Nobody. He's a good fighter, man. Yeah, Colin. At the time, Colin, I think I had it 7-5 Billy Joe, I believe. I think I had it 7-5 Billy Joe. But that fight was very good. I thought that was a very good fight. It was a very good fight. Yeah, Rob, I think it did, you know. I think it did because from what I heard, again, it's one of those things probably... I heard that Darryl Williams wasn't in a good head. Like he's not one of these people who's always in a good headspace anyway. If you catch my drift, kind of suffers with a lot of like mental health problems, and apparently that fight just kind of drove him over the edge. You know, that robbery kind of fucked him up, and yeah, he's not been back since. So again, it's those sort of robberies, man. The ones that genuinely change fighters' lives and the trajectory of their careers. They're the ones that really get me and wind me up. You know, you could have literally stole somebody's future away from them. Let's say John Ryder, right? Argument's sake, John Ryder fights his next fight. Let's say he fights a tune-up fight, right? Let's say he fights a 10-rounder against a durable guy, just to keep ticking over. Let's say John Ryder fights that fight, gets a severe hand injury and can never box again. He's not secure for life. If he got that Callum Smith decision and then had a massive fight, got his payday, he'd have been fine, right? But that shit got taken away from him. It's madness. It's madness. It's insane to me, man. It really is insane. But what can we do, man? What can we do? Yeah, Nick Blackwell. Yeah, you're right, D. Nick Blackwell gave Billy Joe hell as well. Yeah, he did. He did, man. He was working that body really effectively, D. He gave Billy some hard rounds. Nick Blackwell was a good domestic fighter, though. He wasn't a bad fighter. Chris Eubank Jr. was really the only guy who completely fucked that dude up. He completely fucked him up. That was a good performance, though, from Eubank. That was a good performance. Yeah, Rob, man. There's certain robberies, mate. It's certain robberies for me. It's for guys who you know, like, if they got the decision, that would have changed their lives. That's when it does me in. That's when it does me in. Winds me up. Don't get me wrong, I still fucking hate it when a Golovkin gets robbed against Canelo. I still hate it, but it's different to me, man. It's a little bit different. As a fan, it's still the same because, you know, it does affect the integrity of the sport. It's the same in that sense, but on a human level, I always think those sort of robberies like Ryder Smith are worse. I always do. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Colin. Billy Joe Saunders is so prone to fading. It's the weight ballooning. Yeah, I agree. Oh, shit, really, Rob Plant? You know Nick Blackwell quite well. Shame how it turned out for him. He's getting better, though, settled down with a new bird and shit. Oh, nice, man. That's good, man. Is he? So he's doing better now? That's the main thing, man. Because Nick Blackwell, man, he was a good fighter. He looked the part. Like he was doing it really well, man. He was young. He was doing well, and that happened. By the way, credit to David Hay as well, man. David Hay fucking helped that guy out nicely, you know. Credit to David Hay. Yeah, Nick Blackwell was never in a dull fight. Khabib sat never in a dull fight. Really fun fighter to watch. Always put his heart on his sleeve. Always come forward. You know, put pressure on. Good fighter, man. You knew, though, when he was watching that Eubank Jr. fight, you knew you was fucking seeing a beating. Like, that was a beating, man. The series of uppercuts Eubank landed in one of those rounds, like it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like multiple uppercuts, like one after the other. Madness, man. Crazy. Crazy. Yeah, that's true, Khabib sat, but that's one of those weird fights, though, because I was watching it, yeah. I remember watching it at the time. I knew Blackwell was taking a fucking beating, but at the same time, right, he was still coming forwards and he was still throwing back. He was still throwing back. I guarantee you, if a referee jumped in like a couple of rounds earlier, I guarantee you people would have said it was a premature stoppage. They would have said that. They're the sort of fights where I don't necessarily blame a ref for not stopping it, to be honest. I can't blame him for that one. Because would I have stopped it if I was reffing that fight? I don't know, to be honest. I don't think I would. I don't think I would. Now, there are fights that should be stopped very early. Like, one fight that should have been stopped earlier was the fight last weekend, Anthony Fowler versus Adam Harper. That's a fight that should have been stopped earlier. Because that guy was completely outgunned. He wasn't really throwing back. And he was getting beat up. That's a fight that you should stop earlier, in my opinion. But, yeah, just my opinion. Just my opinion. Yeah, Felix Oscar de la Hoya, yeah. Yeah, D, yeah. Yeah, D and Nordic are talking about that, yeah. Yeah, Sturm fucked Oscar up, man. He just outboxed him, really. Behind that high guard, the jab. Yeah, a comprehensive boxing display from Sturm, and he got robbed. We all know why, though, man. Again, you know, people don't like to admit corruption exists in boxing. Well, if this judging was purely... If bad judging was purely negligence and incompetence, then you would see bad decisions on both sides, for the away fighter and for the home fighter. But bad decisions, 9 times out of 10, always fall to the home fighter. So that kind of rules out incompetence and, negligence, doesn't it? It's got to be corruption, whether it's blatant corruption or, subconscious corruption. Because, listen, these judges, man, they get flown in, they get treated well by promoters. If, let's say one of these judges scores fights against the home fighter, then maybe this guy's not going to get called back to judge these fights again. So, is it corruption like money in an envelope corruption? I don't know, maybe not. But, yeah, to say it's just negligence is wrong, in my opinion. There's more to it than that. Yeah, a sustained beating's worse than a knockout, 100%. 100%. 100%. Aobs, fights like Blackwell show why boxing is so dangerous. If Eubank had KO'd him, Blackwell would be fine. It's the sustained pounding. Yeah, exactly, Aobs. Yep. It's the sustained beating. Yep. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. Most of these fighter deaths are from like a tough, grueling fight where a guy's taken a lot of punishment. I mean, look at Maxim Dadashev last year against Subriel Matias. That was a sustained beating, and he died, obviously, bless his heart. Patrick Day, God rest his soul, took a sustained beating. Then he got knocked out badly, so he suffered both, and he passed away. God rest his soul. Yeah, man, it's messed up, bro. It's messed up. It's messed up. That'd be a good fight, Ridian. Chris Eubank Jr. versus Liam Williams. That's a good fight. That's a good fight. Anyway, lads, thought I would fire up this live stream because I want to do one of these a week, basically. That's my goal, one a week, maybe 2. Not going to be one of these people who stream every day, to be honest. But I want to get one a week done at least, just to try and stay consistent. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up because we've got a fucking early-ish start tomorrow. So I'm going to wrap this one up. If you guys could smash the like on the way out, it'd be much appreciated. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Peace.